Hello there, Taurus. Johnny Alchemy here. Thank you so much for joining me again on my channel. We are going to be doing your mid-month tarot reading for the month of December 2023. So let's get into it. Again, this is going to be a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and we shall see what messages the universe may have for you. Okay. So here, let's see. It's funny how some of these cards come up. Okay, so let's start out. Okay, first off, I see here 5 of Cups here reversed. So here I have a feeling that you are in a time of transition in terms of your emotional health. For some of you, this could be Aries with this Emperor energy. There could have been Aries in your life, or anyone really, because it's just really a masculine energy. But whatever you're into, you're into. But I have a feeling for some of you, you had to let someone go. You had to let something go in terms of your emotional relationships, your connections with someone, whatever it may be. But it could just be loss of any kind. Because here with that 5 of Cups energy, it's just it's a card of mourning. It's a card of feeling like you've lost something and you're upset about it. Also here with that Emperor energy, as I said before, if it's not a relationship reading, that loss can lead to, with that Emperor, saying that you lose certain power. You know, you lose a certain sense of self, and also you just feel like you're not in control of certain things. For some of you, it could be emotions. So here in the past, I have a feeling for some of you, you're slowly getting over that energy. You're slowly getting your, you've been slowly getting that emotional stability back, because I see here, we got the Ace of Cups here. So there's a new love being given to you. Even though you may lose 3 cups in that 5 of Cups card, you still get 1 back from the universe. And ultimately, this cup is true love for yourself. You know, it's true healing for yourself. The universe is saying you have lost, but you haven't lost the one, which is you. You are the one. So here, it's saying that the universe is saying, you know, you haven't lost everything. You have yourself. You know, this is a cup of healing. Drink from it, you know. So I think for a lot of you, there could be a certain relationship or a certain loss of some kind where you felt like you lost sense of self, and you lost what it feels like to be in control and power of your life. But now you're slowly getting back into it. Here in your present moment, I still think that some of you, if this does resonate, may struggle with that as well. Whatever loss you may have experienced, there is still some healing that needs to be done. There is still some shadow work, whatever it may be, that you need to do to pull out those swords from your heart, so that your heart can actually fully heal and be one, where there's nothing blocking it anymore. So here with that 3 of Wands energy, it still talks about certain pain that you have to go through, that you may have to face. But understand the universe has you with that Ace of Cups. It's saying that once you're able to, with this 5 right here, once you're able to look up and get past the pain that you see, the pain that you feel down here, this man is looking down. The minute you'll be able to see what the universe is offering you when you're able to lift your head back up once more. So again, also I see here we have the Knight here of Pentacles. Nothing here financial, I'll be honest, that I see here, but I do see a lot of emotional healing right now. Here, the Knight of Pentacles, it's the only knight out of all 4 suits that does not leave or move, really. He takes care of the land that he grew up in. He watches over it. He maintains it. All that stuff. I think this is saying the same thing. For anyone going through any emotional healing journey right now, I think it's saying to take care of yourself. It's not the time to move away or run away from it, or to use your energy on other aspects or other people externally from you. I think it's about taking care of your homeland, taking care of you, taking care of cultivating that peace, pretty much, and taking care of who you are, ultimately taking care of that sense of self. Here I see the Judgment card as well. I think here is especially saying be careful of judgments, period, that you may have internally from that pain. I think in terms of that, it's saying that it is ultimately holding you back from an evolution, from a change, from being reborn into something new. So fight that inner critic the best that you can, if this does resonate with some of you. Again, that inner critic is taking that power away from you. Ultimately, looking back at that Emperor card reversed, that inner critic, that fear, that pain, ultimately that is just depowering you. emasculating you in a certain sense, looking back at that looking back at that masculine energy. You know, it's taking away your power. It's making you feel like you're not in control of your life, you know, when you are. That's ultimately it. And I think that's the calling and the upright that is trying to tell you. It's like you are in control of this. You are in control of your emotions. You may not be in control of everything in your life. Circumstance does exist, but still you are in control of how you feel, how you think, how you act, and how you be. Ultimately, especially that coming in the middle of this whole reading, I think that's a big lesson right there, because pain and all the thoughts that come with it can really make us believe things that aren't true and things that ultimately just continue to hurt us. But by really facing those things and calming down that inner critic that we all have within us, that inner saboteur, all that stuff, by making friends with it and learning to calm it down, we're able to realize I am in control. I am in control of my life. I sit in the seat of power in my life right here. So as we move forward in the future, I just see here immediately, I see two major arcana right there in the future. We got the Tower. So here, Tower card again. There's more of a healing journey here, but I think this Tower card in the future is the final step. Again, being a major arcana card, it is the precipice to everything. So here it's saying by dealing with this emotional pain, you are destroying whatever that is that you've built up in your mind or in your heart about that pain. You're breaking it down. And how you're breaking it down? With that lightning here. That lightning is a very harsh truth, if you will, from the universe, a very big and sudden intuition that comes in and destroys whatever it is that we built up on ourselves. For this reading, if it does resonate, if there's something emotionally painful in the past that has hurt you, but you're able to break that down and to build it into something different, into something new, where it doesn't exist in the same way in your mind. Here also, again, we got the Moon card in reverse. This card's been popping up in multiple readings as I've been doing them today. Moon card reverse, it's saying you are going through that dark night of the soul. The fact that these are two major arcana right next to each other and they're very similar in energy a little bit, it's saying that there is a big healing process here. Healing is painful. Tower card right here, sure. We all know that. Healing is painful. In the end, it's beautiful when we're able to say that, oh, I've learned the lesson, sure. Then we can take that with us forever. But the momentary process of healing, it can be painful. The Moon card here reverse, same thing. It can be confusing. There could be a lot of fear and a lot of doubt that come into our mind as we heal. I always said, as I said in one of the other readings, the Moon card reverse is saying, like, imagine walking through the dark during a new moon, where there's literally just surrounded by darkness, and you're in the woods, you're in somewhere unfamiliar. You know, you're exploring yourself pretty much. You're exploring your deep thoughts and subconscious. And in the woods, you hear so many things. You see so many shadows. You are frightened because you don't know what's out there. And you could think what is out there. There could be an animal. There could be a person. There could be something that's going to attack me. But again, that's all in the mind. That's all fear. We have to face those things and realize that we have to move forward through them in order to be healed. So here, there's a certain shadow work journey, I think, for some of you in terms of healing an emotional loss, a deep emotional loss that has happened to you in the past and that still sometimes creeps in on your present. And that is starting to maybe affect some of you in the mental health realm, where it's starting to really, that inner critic might be starting to get louder and louder. I have a feeling for some of you, if this does make sense, where ultimately I'm feeling that that trumpet of intuition of the universe is going to blow its horn loud enough where it's going to silence that voice. I think here, especially seeing this in the middle of the reading, there is something there that is saying where the universe is you're going to hear the universe speak louder than that voice at one point. Final card here, we got the Eight of Swords here reversed. I like seeing this in the future also, because I think this is one of the things you will benefit from this process. You will release the bounds that bind you of the past. And also you will release any limiting thoughts or ideas that you may have picked up from this pain. You'll be able to release yourself from them and be able to move on from it. Here, in the Eight of Swords, she's surrounded by all these swords, but also with some of the readings of this card, they say that all of this is self-imposed. You know, it will almost take you away from being the victim to the victor, if you will. So it'll help you understand that you aren't just like, a victim of life. You know, things happen to all of us. A lot of pain happens to all of us in that circumstance, and that's just what it is, coming to play the game of life. But at the same time, we are not always victims of our circumstance. Sometimes we are the ones who have to release ourselves and be our own hero. Again, be the one with that Ace of Cups. There's a cup of healing here from all of this. And I think it's going to bring you back to yourself and to your seat of power. So there's a lot of healing for some of you that I see in this reading. So here, let's move on to some more cards for clarification. Okay, love that. Yes, okay. Number one, okay. As I said, with the shadow work process, talking about the Tower, the Moon, the Judgment card, Three of Swords, all that pain, that it comes to a reason for it. Ultimately, it comes to this. 10 of Cups here. Pleasure. Perfect success right here. This is saying that there's a light at the end of the tunnel for some of you, if this does resonate. There's a lot of healing, and from that healing, you will find beauty once more. You will find love once again. You will find happiness and just all those things that give you perfect success. You know, sometimes we think of success and we think it has to be perfect. You know, it has to be like completely done the way we think it should be. And if we don't, we fail, then we take it out on ourselves. And that's not true. You know, the way to success is an up and down road. As long as you're still going up, sure, that's great. But sometimes you get pitfalls, you get failures, you get so many things that happen. But as long as you keep moving up every time, that's what it's about. That is success. And it's not perfect at all, but it's success regardless. Ultimately, here we have the Justice card. I have a feeling here also for anyone who is going through this pain as well, there is karmic justice that is coming your way for this as well. Being another major arcana card here, it's saying that you've gone through the point where hopefully as you're going through this process, you are learning to be fair with yourself again. You're learning to be fair and to only take accountability for the things that you're responsible for. And one of the things you are responsible for is your feelings, you know, how you feel. Everything else that anyone else throws on you or has caused you, that's on them, you know, but you are in control of your feelings, and you hopefully are not being too hard on yourself as you go through this. As I said with that Judgment card as well reversed, silencing that inner critic, listening to the trumpet and to the horn of the universe to silence that voice so that it can tell you exactly how to maybe navigate through this process a little bit better, a little bit more kinder, and to be more fair with that as well. Earthly power. Here we got the Four of Pentacles as well. Earthly power, as I said before, that loss of power, all those types of things. I think it's saying here, it's asking you that this whole process is to bring you back into your seat of power. Sometimes we could falter and fall, and that's completely fine. But ultimately, we have to learn to sit in our seat of power once more, to find our power, find our control. Again, I'm looking back at this Emperor energy, and this is very much same type of imagery, same imagery between both. So here, I think ultimately this process is to give you back your power, because maybe you lost it in some sense from circumstances and from loss of some kind. But still, you know, I think once you get back into your seat of power, you will actually feel it even more so. You will feel empowered to a sense that you didn't know was possible because of the pain that you've gone through and the loss that you've experienced. So let's put out some more cards. Thinker, yep. Community, heard. Okay, love that. Okay, one of the cards it says here is Thinker. So here, as I said, with that inner critic, that inner voice, that inner judgmental voice we have, when you're in your mind, the mind and the heart are very closely linked. You know, our thoughts affect our emotions and vice versa. So here, as you are thinking about this, again, learn to be fair, learn to make friends, and sometimes silence that inner critic. Because when we are in our thoughts can come in and out very, very quickly. They're like passing cars. That's one way that someone has put it. And then do you have to pay attention to every car that passes? Absolutely not. Just pay attention to the ones that makes sense. Like, oh, that's a great looking car. Maybe I want that one day. That's a positive thought. Or you can have a car that comes by and starts blowing its horn, and you could focus on that for like the next 30 minutes saying, wow, that car was really obnoxious, and then get lost in that thought and put you in a different frequency, a lower frequency where you're not able to think about something else different. So when you are in that thinker mode and it's being affected by your emotions, all of that stuff, be mindful about being fair to yourself and how to silence that inner critic sometimes. Community. As you go through this healing journey, I think it's important that you still connect and have close ties to your community. as anyone goes through something emotional that is heavy emotions, big feelings, all that type of stuff, it's easy for us to isolate sometimes. I am very guilty of that as well. Not to say isolating is wrong, but sometimes I know myself, I can over-isolate where I think I'm connected to no one will understand me, this is something only I have to go through. Some of that may be true, but for the most part, there are no absolute truths. So find your community. Always stay connected to them, because I think they are the ones who can help you at least get through this process in a much more easier way, as long as you know you have someone that is going to be there with you. Oh, wow. I pulled out 2 cards. Love that. Okay, heard. First off, come to the edge. This card comes up, as I said, with that tower right here. That tower moment is like falling off the edge right there. And the universe is saying, as you're going through this big transformation and change, free fall, trust fall. That's what it's saying. Come to that edge, look over that edge, and trust me. Trust the fact that we have your back, and this is going to make a big positive change for you, where you will feel powerful once more. That coming to the edge, it's like, it can be very scary if you've ever done anything like that, where you've gone to the top of a building or bungee jumping or anything like that, where you look at the edge, it gets scary. But the universe is saying, come to that edge, because you don't need this anymore. They want you to feel free, to free fall into the universe's arms, if you will. I didn't even know I pulled out another card, but new life. As I said before, that tower moment is going to give you a new life. It's going to destroy whatever that it is that you've built up in your mind or heart that hurts you, and destroy it into something new, a new life for you. Love that. I mean, that was a surprise right there. That was actually really cool. Let's do another card right here. Love this. Okay, we have vision right here. I think here, as I said before, with this 5 of Cups, this person could be so caught up on what he's lost, and he keeps his head down low, and it's hard for him to pick his head up. Vision here, it's saying, look at the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture of your life. Don't focus so much on the pain, and to use your vision, not your eyesight. Your eyesight is the ones that's looking at the pain. Use the vision of the bigger picture. Look at your life as a whole. Look at your life, how much it can change if you heal all of this pain and you're able to move forward from it. See the bigger picture. See what's down the road from you by facing all of this, and by trusting the universe into that tower moment, that it will take care of you, and understand that there is something down there for you in the bigger picture of your life. So the pain is just so temporary. It's not worth holding on to. It's hard for me to say that right now, of course, because for some of you who this does resonate with, you could be going through it, feeling those big emotions, but they're all valid. But at the same time, they're not the bigger picture. You are so much more than that. So that's kind of what I see for mid-December for all of you guys, all you Taurus here. In the month of December, at least mid-December. If this did resonate, feel free to hit that like button. Please leave me a comment. I always love reading comments from you guys. And also consider subscribing as well if this did resonate. Would love to keep in touch with more tarot card videos. But this is all that I got for you right now, and I will see you later down the road. Okay, thank you guys. Goodbye.